Okay, it is 9:30 and I just got an alert that there's a hurricane coming our way. You know what wasn't on the schedule for this week? Preparing for a hurricane. But we don't really have a choice now, do we? So now I had to look at our inventory and see what we have and see what we're doing with our orders that we have next week. So I was texting Tiara and I'm like, we're gonna have to revise the whole schedule tomorrow, see what we can do so that we can meet the orders for this week, see if the places even want to get their orders because people are not going to be coming out of their house to go to a coffee shop. There's a lot to be done, and I guess you're coming along for the ride. Hopefully this storm won't be too bad. We made it so far into hurricane season without any issues. Here's to hoping everything will be okay. Oh, how sweet and innocent I look over here, not knowing that this is the first of 2 hurricanes we're gonna get in 2 weeks. When Helene came to us first, we managed to squeeze our work schedule to get everything done before we had to get water and get to the supermarket so we could get cat litter and other basic stuff that we needed because we were probably gonna lose power. I also wanted to give the girls any time to decide to evacuate if they wanted to. I didn't have to because my house is in an area that doesn't flood, and that was the main concern with Helene. The kitchen is also not in a flood area, and it didn't even lose power. We did for a few days, but it was nothing compared to what was about to come with Milton. Hey, I'm Natalia, and I own Curious Cat Bakery, an all-vegan bakery based out of Florida, where I make the best croissants you've ever had that just happen to be vegan. Now forget everything you think you know about owning a bakery, because it's nothing like a rom-com. Sure, there are the awesome moments like seeing your stuff in grocery shelves and selling out at markets, but there's also a whole lot of work behind it. And I'm about to show you the real deal of what goes on behind the scenes at a bakery. And the reality is not always so sweet, but that's what oat milk lattes are for, which go well with some fresh pastries, and luckily in my line of work, there's always plenty of those around. Sorry about this, but I figured this would be the most realistic look into what's been going on. Another hurricane coming our way. Not cool. That's 2 hurricanes in 2 weeks, and thankfully we were not that badly affected by the first one. This one, however, is looking like it really is coming for St. Pete proper. We just started our market season, which means we are on hyperdrive here with our production. Like, we are in the kitchen every day to make sure that we fill our wholesalers and the markets, and I think we're gonna have to like cancel all of production this week. Basically have to cancel next week's market, which obviously impacts our bottom line. Wholesalers are not open, and that impacts our bottom line as well because they are not buying as much. So just sucks overall. Yeah, I'm just worried about what's to come this week. I need to make all of these decisions because I'm the person in charge. And these are the moments when you own your own business that you're like, who put me in charge? I'm supposed to make all of the decisions. I can do this. I can do this. I can give myself credit. Now, one good thing about hurricanes is that they say it's like being stalked by a turtle. You know this thing is coming for you, but you have time to obsess about all the predictions and see if it's really coming for you and to prepare. So in between my obsessive checking of the local meteorologist updates, I was also looking at my hurricane prep list. Way to go, past Natalia, for doing this and actually organizing it, because this is how I deal with things. I organize, I clean, and then I was just going down that checklist and making sure I got everything done. All right, a little bit of a break from hurricane prep because I actually have an event that I'm speaking at. I'm speaking at Bake Fest. That starts in half an hour. Let me show you my setup, because if you ever look at something online and you're like, oh my god, their house is so perfect, like look at their setup, look at what this actually looks like over here. Oh yeah, very cute with the plants, like very clean. This is what we're looking at from the other side. Complete mayhem, but at least the lighting is working. Like this is chaos. Absolute chaos. But we're gonna make it work. So for the next hour and a half, there is no hurricane. We gotta pretend like everything is all good, because we're gonna do an interview about what it's like owning the business And Gemma Stafford is in my panel, which I'm so excited about. And so, yeah, it's gonna be a good time. So let's do that. That hour and a half went by super quick. It was so much fun. And it was actually a live podcast recording. So you can listen to that interview. I'll put the link in the description below. I just wrapped up. I just changed real quick. I'm gonna turn off these lights and we gotta hurry to Home Depot because we got 30 minutes before it finishes and before it closes, and I gotta get all the boards to board up the house. We got wood. We gotta go. We are officially evacuating. But before we hit the road, there were things that needed to be done, like canceling any promo emails or social media posts. Believe me, you do not want to be posting, "What a beautiful morning," the day a hurricane hits. Since I pay by the hour at the kitchen where I work, I also had to cancel those appointments, so I'm not paying for time I didn't use. And telling the market organizer we're not going to make it on Saturday. This ended up being canceled in the end, so it didn't matter, but just in case, I was covering my bases. Oh my god, this is so stressful. I just checked in with all of the orders for the week, and I'm going to be doing some drop-offs today. Still waiting to hear from one client to see if we're dropping off today or if we're just skipping it till next week. Oh shoot, like this is my first time downtown since the last hurricane 2 weeks ago. I had no idea that happened. This is our baseball field. That's not good. Once deliveries were done, we just had to finish packing and hit the road. Let me tell you, that feeling of leaving your house as organized as you can with all of the things that matter. Having to choose what matters is a really weird process. And then just leaving everything behind, hoping that there will be a house waiting for you when you get back. It's awful. Oh my god, I look insane. I put on these earrings on my way out because it was important, it was special, and I didn't want to leave them behind, so I just put them in my ears. Oh, the cats. 2 over here, 1 over here. Dan went inside to get the 4th one, and I'm in the back with the cats to provide moral support. And Dan's driving, and then we just have all of our stuff in the front seat and in the trunk. We have no idea how long it's gonna take for us to get to Orlando. Usually it would be about 2 hours. I'm guessing with pretty much everyone in that area evacuating, it's gonna be a little bit longer than that, but we're just hoping for the best. The drive to Orlando ended up taking 4 hours, which was, not that bad considering. And then once we got there, I had to get back to doing some of the admin for the business. To be honest, this was a great distraction from everything else going on. So I just focused on doing payroll because people still got to get paid for the week before. I canceled and rescheduled meetings because after this passes, I don't want to feel like I'm on the back foot with it all, especially when it comes to holiday season. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that's around the corner. So I was hoping on price sheets for the new products we have coming up. You'll see more about this on the next vlog.
This is all going to slowly move in this direction and put us, unfortunately, in the spot where we could see up to a foot to 2 feet of rain. Well, we've already had a foot.
We kept watching the local news on the iPad to see how St. Pete was faring. The destruction is heartbreaking. In the next few days, we stayed in Orlando still because there was no water, no lights, no sewage in the city. So we are just about to leave Orlando. We have the cats packed up, everything, and we are filling up because right now there's no gas in St. Pete. I've heard of people standing in line for 2 hours plus to get gas, so we're making sure to fill up before we leave here. And we might be out of gas here too. We were. It took another 2 different gas stations for us to find gas, but we were fine. Once we got back to St. Pete, we started seeing a lot more destruction, a lot more down trees. Thankfully, we were so immensely lucky. All there were some trees around the neighborhood. Our fences were down. There was some damage to our backyard, but thankfully, We were very lucky and our house was undamaged. Unfortunately, that was not the case for a lot of people in our city and in Florida in general. So we started cleaning up around the house. At this point, the city has no power, no water, but hey, at least we can flush our toilets. So here's a quick glimpse into what that looks like practically. It is a cozy 80 degrees inside. Again, so thankful we have an inside, so I'm not complaining. It's just inconveniences. We went to Publix to get some food that we could grill because our oven is electric, so we can't make food. Had to go to Home Goods to get candles because darkness was nigh, and this is how we live now. We need candles to light the darkness. And we're brushing our teeth with bottled water because the water is gross and we're not allowed to even wash our hands with. Thankfully, our friends in Safety Harbor have running water, electricity. You know, it's a whole luxury of things they have over there that we take for granted. They also have a very cute dog that they're pet sitting, and they allowed us to come in and, you know, wash the stink off of us. And they also gave us water because I need to get back to the kitchen tomorrow to make dough, and we can't use the water to make that. So they gave me a bunch of filtered water to work with. Good morning, everyone. First day in the kitchen post-hurricane, and I am all by myself. Dami is in West Palm. Her cat ran away when she was trying to get back. She found the cat. It's all good, but then it was too late for her to come in. And then Tiara is feeling sick, so it's just me. I have no idea what orders are gonna be like this week because some of the places are closed, and then the places that are open are going through so much product. I have no idea how much to make. I have no idea if we're gonna have a market this coming weekend. So we're gonna prepare as if we have a lot of orders and a lot of things and hope for the best. But honestly, we're just kind of like working in the dark, no idea what's going on, which is pretty much how everything is going on right now. And we're making dough with bottled water because the water is still not good, and I have to wash things with bottled water as well. The boil water alert was supposed to expire today. I'm not messing around with that until I get an official notice from the city. So bottled water it is. Let's get started. I'm editing this on the same day that I recorded this, and it's hard to explain how some parts of the job feel just like another day and getting back to normal, while some others are completely different. There are places around town that may not reopen. There are people that lost their houses and everything they own, and yet we have to carry on and continue with the business. The wholesalers that I work with that were open, I got messages saying that they were selling out of croissants because people didn't have water or they couldn't cook at home, and they were seeking those to feel better, and getting messages from people saying that made their life a little bit better. Meant absolutely everything to me. After all, this is why I started this business. Also, it kind of hurt my back when I was in the kitchen this morning, so usual shenanigans. I still don't know if we'll have a market this weekend. I don't know how many orders we'll get, but we'll just keep putting one foot in front of the other.